Our second edition of our leadership and positivity-based interview series, Be Better, is out now. This week, John Spears of Chaparral joined and articulated his passions and what kind of culture he hopes to see in his CHAP program and his business, and overall, really, his relationship with others.
Episode number 2 of Be Better with Scotty Gaines. So happy to be joined by Chaparral assistant coach, like he said, the past decade, John Spears. Coach, thanks for the time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Behind you, it's remember why you started. What's that all about?
You know, every day we're challenged, and we can talk about the challenges of 2020, but sometimes you got to remember the baseline. And a lot of times I want people to walk in and out of my office to understand, what are you doing it for? What wakes you up in the morning? Who motivates you? Because at the end of the day, success is behind closed doors and the small thoughts that get to you every day. And so I often remind people that remember why you started. Remember what means the most. It's not me. It's typically your family. It's the people around you, or it's something bigger than yourself. So I always try to bring us back to that when we're trying to accomplish big goals.
So I'm wondering, in your 10 years of coaching, you've probably taught them a lot, right? I'm wondering about what the players have taught you from your times coaching that maybe you didn't learn as a player from coaches when you were playing.
Yeah, man, that's a great question, because those kids have given me more than I have given them. And yeah, I'll take their calls, I'll text them. They're playing in college, they're playing elsewhere, they have a bad game. They'll ask for advice, but really it gives me meaning, because once again, it's all about people. And if I can see a young man develop, and he's inviting me to his wedding, he's inviting me to some big moments in his life, and I can go and invest in him, that's what matters the most. Yeah, we know the wins and losses, we know what we've done, what we accomplished, but we talk about, you know, the games that didn't fall our way. But at the end of the day, it's being able to have lifelong relationships, and starting at a young age when they're so impressionable and they desire so many great things.
You're a volunteer assistant coach at Chaparral, and I'm wondering, you know, you've seen in your 10 years groups of kids come through from freshman to senior year a number of times. When seniors leave the program that you coach at, what do you hope they leave that maybe you taught them?
You know, I want them to have a growth mindset, and I talk about that at work every day with my teams, and I talk to them about them. When they get to the varsity level, I really get to know them, whether a sophomore, junior, senior, and we talk about a growth mindset. I also do a lot with Chauncey Billups Elite basketball program, and we talk about this all the time. I mean, I heard Chauncey say one time, hey, in Colorado, we got to coach our best players to be better. Don't be afraid to coach them to be the best. Everybody on your roster has to grow. And when they leave Chaparral, I want them to be life learners. I want them to be able to network. I want them to be able to work together through the hard times. And they have demonstrated that better than ever this year with what they've gone through. I've seen them come together in a special way, talking about the problems, hitting them head on, wanting to be in some kind of community because that was taken from them. And so you've really seen that play out, whether they've graduated in college or they're still in high school today.
This is a great time in history to not be very positive, right? 2020, everyone's saying, oh, 2020 was so hard, which it was. Challenged everybody in different ways. Right. Leading young men like you do at Chaparral, and leading a business here, you're general manager here, how do you approach that in leading others and keeping positivity around?
Yeah, I want to take from one of my mentors. He said, never waste a good crisis. And if I can teach and be positive with these guys now and show them, hey, there's brighter days, but what are you doing to better yourself? Are you COVID better? Are you doing what you need to do in the gym? Are you, doing what you have to do with your parents? And so many times we want to take these judgments upon the kids that are younger than us. Hey, too much screen time, social media is everything. But sometimes we got to meet them where they are. And that's what I'm choosing to do as a volunteer high school coach, is to meet them where they are. They're on their screens a little bit. Maybe it's not everything, but it is something to them, and it's helping them get through. So how can we make that, get to the other side of this, and grow as an individual?
So Chaparral, as I know, a big school, you just mentioned, you guys have a lot of big games often.
Right.
We'll go into winning, but in your 10 years, there's no doubt you've lost big games.
Yeah.
What have you learned from those moments, and what have you at least tried to learn from those moments?
You know, I think life is about currency, and you're always giving and taking. And so when we lose, we lost in the state championship game to Rangeview a couple of years ago. Great program, great coach. Palmer does a great job there. But we were in the locker room, and man, it's such a time of desperation and regret, but then such a good time to really look him in the eyes and say, dude, you're going to be a great man. You're going to learn from this. And even though we've lost this, we'll remember this. But let this be the catalyst for who you are as a senior to grow. So I've learned a lot through that and learning how to lose with those guys. And then 10 years later saying, man, you're winning in life. And that's what's important to me. So, yeah, the losses definitely hurt, but the journey's fun.
What does that mean to you, to be a winner at life?
Well, I think everybody has a different journey, and you can't put this this perspective that everybody fits one way. But I think people, having a respectable energy and attitude every day. Some people get married, and that's great. Some people don't. Some people are coaching and doing the same thing. Some people are really striving for more. But just people that are continuing to grow, and if I can connect with you. I have guys all the time that I'll text and call, and I'll get random texts, and they make my day. I'll be going through a hard day or something happens at work, and I'll get a text from an individual I coached 8 years ago, and it's just the biggest dopamine push, and that's winning. And hopefully we can reproduce that. And when my son's in high school, he finds people that keep giving back, and that's the beauty of sports and the beauty of competition.
Sports are a wonderful parallel to life.
Yeah.
And it's just the idea where, not everybody plays sports. And it's the goal, I guess, is for somebody to watch this and say, wow, that sports coach, I don't care about basketball, but I was able to gain some value from that.
That's right.
So it really is, great to hear you talking. That's why I like this conversation.
Something interesting about that is that, athletes, you have coaches all the way from 4th grade and probably are 4 or 5 years old all the way to high school.
Yeah.
And they have guys that have coached them different ways, but I think at the end of the day, the beautiful thing is they get to choose their coach. Like, you'll have a coach, but after you walk away, you get to choose their coach, and that's what I desire to be. I want these guys, these athletes, to choose me as their coach, and it comes out really easy because during the hard times they call you. And
you mean after they graduate?
After they graduate, I can remember one of my favorite athletes lost his dad, and that was his first phone call. And I love that, and it was hard. Or somebody got in a car wreck, Josh Adams, and me and Rob Johnson are the first one at the hospital with them. And those things, man, I drop everything for those people because I don't want to be a gap filler. I want to be somebody that's consistent through life for them.
For you as a leader and a coach, in 10 years, I'd like to guess you've gotten better, right, from your first year to now.
Yeah.
But how about moving forward? What's something you're looking to improve upon as yourself as a leader and coach young men?
That's good, man. I really think that leadership is motivation and not manipulation, whether I'm here at work with my sales organization, and I'm really trying to motivate my team on a weekly basis to be great and to be real with them. I think people want to follow a leader that's real rather than a leader that's always right. And so I really want to be close enough to them in the business, close enough to the game, close enough that I can talk and be in the game with them, but distant enough to see the future and to give them projections on what it should like. So I'm always balancing that out, but I really want my culture and my team to know I care more than anything.
You run into struggles trying to do that, and trying to be real, but also trying to go towards, hey, this is what I personally think is correct.
That's right, because there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure for coaches to win, especially in Colorado where you have such great athletes and the sport is real, whether it's soccer, basketball, hockey. There's so many good people that come out of Colorado, and the competition and pressure is real. But how do you do that? And I think that's the great leadership. How can I win you over? How can we be successful? And at the end of the day, how can we all grow? And that's a puzzle that's hard to figure out.
Something that I don't know if anybody will ever completely figure out.
I agree.
Can at least try, huh?
Absolutely.
When I was, on my way here, I was thinking, hey, it would be a great thing to ask him if you have a message to any of the Colorado coaches out there. But I'm going to kind of scratch that and just say message to those watching, Colorado community. In this time right now, we're getting over the hump, it seems like, but it's still a difficult time for so many people. What would that message be?
I think meeting people where they are. I think we've gotten to a place where we all can acknowledge the challenges, but let's just meet people and empathize with the young students that we have. I have a freshman that plays volleyball. Let's just meet her where they're at. Missing their season, it's going to happen. and come together and rally behind the young individuals that have been challenged, and we've been challenged so much. So I think if we all take that step forward, we'll make it a better place.
You're a real one, Coach. Thank you for the time.
Yeah,
John
thank you so
Spears,
much.
Joe.
I appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.